Hi, guys. This is True Find Your Prophetess, Catherine's. And what a good day it is today to be making this audio of prophetic teaching. Today, the Lord have been giving me this prophetic verse of Matthew 25. Okay, it was yesterday actually, and today I would like to share this with you. So we will be looking at the story from the book of Matthew, a lesson in vigilance of the 10 virgins. Okay. So in Matthew 25, Jesus gives the illustration of the 10 virgins. So Jesus has been answering his apostles' question regarding the sign of his presence and of the conclusion of the system of things. With this in mind, he now gives them wise admonition by means of an additional illustration. Its fulfillment would be observable by those living during that time. He introduced the illustration saying, the kingdom of the heaven may be like to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were discreet, wise. Jesus does not mean that half of his disciples who inherit the kingdom of the heaven are foolish and the other half are discreet. No. Rather, he is making the point that in connection with the kingdom, each of his disciples has the capacity to choose. Okay, we have a choice to choose to be vigilant or to be distracted. Jesus has no doubt, okay, though that each of his servants can remain faithful and receive his Father blessings. In the illustration, okay, all 10 virgins go out to welcome the bridegroom and to join the wedding procession. When he arrives, the virgins will light, okay, their lamp, honoring him as he bring his bride to the house prepared for her. How do things work out? Jesus explained, the foolish took their lamps, but took no oil with them. So, meanwhile, the discreet virgins, 5 discreet virgins, took oil in their flask along with their lamps. While the bridegrooms was delaying, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. According to Matthew 25:3-5, the bridegroom does not arrive as soon as expected. There seemed to be a long delay, during which the virgin fall asleep. The apostle may recall what Jesus related about a man of noble birth who went away and eventually got back after having secured the kingly power according to Book of Luke 19:11-15. In the illustration of the 10 virgins, Jesus describes what happened. When the bridegroom finally arrived, right in the middle of the night, there was a shout. Here is the bridegroom. Go out to meet him. Matthew verse 25:6. What is the situation of the virgins as to their preparedness and vigilance? Jesus continued, then all those virgins got up and put their lamps in order. The foolish said to the discreet, "Give us some of your oil, because our lamps are not about to go out." The discreet answered, saying, "Perhaps there may not be enough for both of us and you. Go instead to those who sell it and buy some for yourself." Matthew 25:7-9. Rightly so, I say. Being prepared is important, okay? Don't expect people to hand out things to you, okay? You have to be vigilant. So the 5 foolish virgins are not vigilant and are not prepared for the arrival of the bridegroom. So whose fault is that? Come on. They lack sufficient oil for their lamps and need to try to find some. Jesus relates, while they were going off to buy it, the bridegroom came. No, the virgins who were ready went in with him to the marriage feast, and the door was shut afterward. The rest of the virgin also came. They were saying, "Sir, sir, open to us." In answer, he said, "I tell you the truth, I do not know you." According to book of Matthew 25, 10-12. What a sad outcome for not remaining prepared and vigilant. The apostle can see that the bridegroom who Jesus mentions refers to himself. No others but himself. Earlier, he had even linked himself to a bridegroom. According to book of Luke 5:34-35, okay, and the wise virgins, when speaking about the little flock who would be given the kingdom, Jesus used the words, "Be dressed and ready and have your lamps burning." So in this illustration about the virgin, the apostle can grasp that Jesus is referring to ones such as themselves. Hence why, what is the message that Jesus is conveying with this illustration? Jesus does not leave any doubts about that. He concludes his illustration by saying, "Keep on the watch, therefore, because you know neither the day nor the hour." Book of Matthew 25:13. So clearly, Jesus is admonishing, his faithful followers that in connection with his presence, they will need to keep on the watch. He will be coming, and they need to be prepared and vigilant, like the 5 discreet virgins, in order not to lose sight of their precious hope and miss out on the reward that can be theirs, okay? So a lesson of vigilance. It is, very important to be prepared, to live righteously accordingly to Jesus' teaching. Now, be prepared now. We all have to be prepared and fill ourselves with oil all the time. All the time. We don't know the day and the hours the Lord will be returning to us. Hallelujah. So, that is a very good, important lesson of that parable of 10 virgins.